the way that Singaporeans have been told how to react to the massacres in Palestine is basically based on two forms of action. One is to make dua, and it is important to make dua. We should keep on making dua. Another is to donate money to humanitarian aid. And yes, it is important to donate money and to provide humanitarian aid. The Palestinians have been deprived of food, of water, of medical aid for so long, and they need all of that. But these two are not sufficient in terms of what can be done. There is another extremely important thing we need to do, and that is to stop the war. Now, a lot of people will say, I cannot stop the war. What can I do? You're part of a community. You're part of a society. There are people who believe that discussing these things on social media have no real effect. What we need to understand is this. It is effective, but we can make it more effective. There are three main reasons why we discuss on social media. One is to educate others about what is going on. The narrative that Israel is trying to push, and the Singapore government and other Israeli allies, is that this started on the 7th of October. It did not. This started at least in 1948. In fact, it goes beyond 1948. But at the very least, it is from 1948, which is a 75-year history of dispossession, of massacres, of ethnic cleansing. So this is not something new. So we have to educate others about what is going on. What I find interesting, however, is this. Before this, whenever we discuss Palestine and Israel, it's usually been the Muslim community that talk it up, that are so concerned. The non-Muslims tend to either not care or side with Israel. And that gave the Singapore government the legitimacy to keep on supporting Israel. But it has changed. It has changed a lot. I'm really pleasantly surprised to see how many non-Muslims now are coming forward to criticize what Israel is doing. And that is so important. That is so important. We have to keep educating others about what is going on in Palestine. So that's one. It's about educating others. Two, we need to show the world and to reframe the narrative and to point out Israeli brutality against the Palestinians. Israel is trying to make this as if this is about Hamas. It's not. It's about how Israel has treated Palestinians the last 75 years. And the more that we can discuss on social media, which is basically a global platform, the more we can help to strengthen that narrative that this is about what Israel has been doing. Now, there's another part, the third part, and this is key for all of us. We need to remember that the government, even as much as they say they're not populist or that they're being practical, they are still answerable to the people. If the people now decide that, you know what, we cannot accept this anymore, and a lot more have taken that position, that they cannot accept the PAP government continuous support of Israel, and we can show that, and we can speak loudly against this, the PAP government's continuous support of Israel, then that position will weaken. Okay. Some others may say, you know what, okay, fine. What if the Singapore government then criticize Israel? It's a small country. There's nothing it can do. It can. That's the thing we have to remember. Singapore is well known to be a strong Israeli supporter, a strong Israeli ally. If the Singapore government start to criticize Israel and strengthen that criticism over what is going on, it will signal a shift in how Israel is being perceived, and it will provide greater support to other states that are criticizing Israel. If a strong Israeli supporter now turn against it, that will be a huge signal. That is not what the Singapore government want us to do. They want us to focus on making dua. They want us to focus on humanitarian aid. Important to do those. But it is hugely important for us to start pushing the government to take a position against what Israel is doing and to use clear language in their criticism of Israel. If all that we do is to send food to the Palestinians, then soon all that we are doing will be feeding the dead, and they have no use for it.